Join us on a journey to 10 countries to visit some of Europe's best and historical open-air markets. These are not the food markets of everyday life but spaces filled with antiques, art, modern and vintage treasures and quirky curiosities that reveal how people live, create, and trade throughout Europe. From grand city squares to narrow cobbled alleys, these markets are museums without walls, ever-changing, spontaneous, and alive. Forget mass-produced souvenirs, let's wander beyond the tourist streets and into the heart of local daily life. Our tour begins in Paris at Les Puces de Saint-Ouen, the city's legendary maze of ageless wonders just beyond its northern gates. Open every weekend, it welcomes millions of explorers each year through corridors of 1,700 dealers offering everything from Art Deco lighting and period furniture to couture, rare books, and even vintage travel gear. This market was born in the 1870s from the trade of chiffoniers, rag pickers who sold cast-offs outside the city walls. Les Puces evolved into the world's grandest antiques district, uniting 15 distinct markets as a vast indoor-outdoor complex. Top dealers and collectors visit from Europe and beyond, so there's always a diverse mix of merchandise to browse. The sophisticated Marché Paul Bert Serpent dazzles with high-end, rare, and unique goods, while Dauphine carries more eclectic offerings and is easily identifiable by the giant orange spaceship-like structure. The market captures the dual spirit of Paris, refinement and everyday life intertwined. It's the same contrast you'll find in Café de Flore, where artists and philosophers once lingered over coffee, compared with Rue des Martyrs, where locals shop for cheese, flowers, and fresh bread. Exploring Les Puces de Saint-Ouen lets you wander beyond the usual landmarks and see a side of Paris shaped by centuries of craft, culture, and everyday life. We head north to Turku, Finland, where every June the streets transform into the medieval market of Turku. It's Finland's largest historical market and one of the oldest events in the country. Centered around the old Great Square, Vanha-Tori, this four-day festival recreates a bustling 14th-century marketplace. More than 150 craftspeople and merchants sell hand-forged tools, leather goods, pottery, glassware, textiles, jewelry and wooden toys, all crafted using traditional techniques. Street performers, knights and musicians fill the air with medieval melodies, while blacksmiths and weavers demonstrate their skills. Locals love this event because it connects them with Turku's deep history. The city was once Finland's medieval capital. It's a joyous start to the Finnish summer. Families come to browse handmade crafts, enjoy food from open fires, and lose themselves in the pageantry. The medieval market isn't just shopping, it's time travel, an immersive celebration of craft, heritage, and community. We head to Italy, where flea markets are treasure troves of history, design, and nostalgia. These four stand out as must-visits for finding truly unique Italian items and experiencing Italian life. In Rome, the Porta Portese market fills the Trastevere district every Sunday morning from dawn until early afternoon. It's the capital's largest flea market, sprawling across several streets with thousands of stalls selling vintage clothes, books, records, art, and mid-century furniture. Down south in Palermo, the Vucceria market, open daily, mixes antiques and bric-a-brac with the vibrant sounds and colors of Sicilian life. It's as much a cultural experience as a shopping trip, a place where voices, smells, and bartering fill medieval alleys. In Bologna, the Mercato Antiquario, held on the second weekend of each month in Piazza Santo Stefano, offers a more refined hunt: collectibles, fine art, books, and Italian design objects. Finally, Naples' San Gregorio Armeno, open year-round, is famous for its handcrafted nativity figurines, miniature worlds of Neapolitan creativity. Together, these markets capture Italy's soul, lively, artistic, and endlessly surprising. Every find tells a story from a different corner of the country. To Portugal now, where high on Lisbon's hills, in the Alfama quarter, the Feira de Ladra unfolds every Tuesday and Saturday on the Campo de Santa Clara. Tracing its origins to the 13th century, it remains one of Europe's oldest continuously running markets. Stalls overflow with Portuguese keepsakes, azulejo tiles, hand-painted ceramics, weathered coins, historic books and fado records echoing through the lanes. For those drawn to Lisbon's iconic colorful tiles, some of the most beautiful examples can be found nearby. See them on the facades of Alfama's winding streets, in the cloisters of the National Tile Museum, and on the walls of Igreja de São Vicente de Fora, overlooking the market. The mood here is unhurried, merchants greet neighbors and street musicians play. Grab a bite and enjoy the performance. Feira de Ladra is less a marketplace than a portrait of Lisbon itself, sun-worn, melodic, effortlessly graceful. At this Portuguese market, you don't just purchase mementos, you collect fragments of the country's soul. Germany is the birthplace of the Christmas market, and while hundreds sparkle across the country each winter, a few stand out for their history, beauty, and charm. All take place from late November to Christmas Eve. In Munich, the Christkindlmarkt in Marienplatz fills the city's main square beneath the Gothic town hall. Stalls are filled with hand-carved wooden toys, Bavarian ornaments, and intricate glassware. Choirs sing from the balcony above, creating a truly fairy tale atmosphere. Farther north, Dresden's Striezelmarkt, founded in 1434, is Germany's oldest Christmas market. Head to Altmarkt Square, where you'll see its famous giant stolen cake, as well as beautiful handmade wooden pyramids and nutcrackers from the Ore Mountains. In Nuremberg, the Christkindlmarkt transforms the Hauptmarkt into a glowing sea of red and white stalls. Dating back to the 1600s, it's opened each year by the golden-haired Christkind, a symbol of hope and tradition. Visitors and locals browse artisan ornaments, handmade toys, and spiced Lebkuchen gingerbread, while savoring the festive aroma of mulled wine and roasted almonds. Look for the famous prune men figurines. Finally, visit Stuttgart's Weihnachtsmarkt, one of Germany's largest and most atmospheric, which started in 1692. With more than 250 elaborately decorated stalls spreading across the Schillerplatz and Schlossplatz, it's famed for its Swabian crafts, glass art, and wooden nativity scenes. The blend of medieval architecture, candlelight, and music turns the city center into a winter wonderland. Each market is a feast for the senses, offering not just shopping, but a celebration of tradition, craftsmanship, and the unmistakable warmth of a German Christmas. Vienna's Naschmarkt is famous for its food, but on Saturdays it reveals another flavor, a beloved collector's fair with hundreds of vendors offering porcelain, silverware, and retro decor. The Naschmarkt began as a produce exchange centuries ago and evolved into a cultural crossroads where elegance meets nostalgia. Old postcards sit beside minimalist lamps, the scent of curry mingles with fresh pastry. Locals browse for memories, and visitors savor the mix of refinement and informality that defines Vienna. You'll find this same balance in Vienna's grand coffeehouses such as Café Central, where you can eat the famous Sachertorte, and in its rustic Hrelić wine taverns where you can sip Austria's famous young Gruner Veltliner wine beneath vine-covered terraces. The beauty of this market lies in contrast, the past and present, taste and touch, coexisting in one harmonious Saturday ritual. On the outskirts of Zagreb, Hrelić, known officially as the Jakuševec Fair, unfurls every Sunday across vast open ground. It began in the 1970s as a small swap meet and has grown into one of the Balkans' most animated trading places. You'll have traders from other Eastern European countries such as Slovenia and Bosnia. Thousands arrive to barter and browse among tables of tools, clothing, bicycles, and remnants of Yugoslav style. You might find a folk instrument beside a pile of spare parts, or a camera that has seen half a century. You'll encounter the rhythm of local life and discover bargains and surprises hidden in every corner. In the heart of Brussels' Marolles district lies the Place du Jeu de Balle market, one of Europe's most authentic open-air flea markets. Held daily from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., this market has been running since 1873 and still retains its old-world charm. Here you'll find stalls with vintage furniture, records, artwork, ceramics, military memorabilia, and curious antiques. Some sellers spread their finds on blankets, others run more permanent setups, giving the square a mix of casual and collectible. Locals and visitors alike come to hunt for hidden treasures, that one-of-a-kind find that might cost a few euros and turn out to be priceless. This is Brussels at its most genuine, a vibrant living museum of everyday Belgian life. At the foot of the Acropolis, in the heart of Athens, the Monastiraki Bazaar unfolds daily, its pulse strongest on Sundays. This flea market spills into narrow streets lined with antique stores, bookstalls, and family-owned workshops. Around you rise the layers of the city, Hadrian's Library, the ancient agora where philosophers once walked, and the marble brilliance of the Parthenon. Monastiraki Square hums with street musicians and cafe chatter as traders display everything from Byzantine icons and brassware to handmade jewelry, military artifacts, and Grecian art. Its trading spirit reaches back to classical times. Now it's a hub for Balkan and Eastern Mediterranean vendors. Just beyond, the Plaka neighborhood winds upward in a maze of stone steps and bougainvillea, connecting this lively market to the timeless calm of old Athens. Monastiraki captures the rhythm of Athens, history layered upon modern daily life, where the past is not distant but part of the crowd. Our final stop is Poland, where Gdańsk's 760-year-old St. Dominic's Fair, Jarmark, remains one of Europe's largest outdoor markets. Founded in 1260 by a papal decree, it takes over Gdańsk's Old Town for 3 weeks every summer. Over 1,000 stalls line the cobbled streets and squares, selling everything from handmade crafts, amber jewelry, and vintage collectibles to art, fashion, and regional products from across Europe. Live music, parades, and street performances create a festive citywide carnival atmosphere. Locals eagerly anticipate the fair each year, not just to shop, but to celebrate tradition. Many have family memories of visiting the market as children, hunting for souvenirs or enjoying the shows. For travelers, it's a rare chance to experience Gdańsk's mix of Baltic charm and Polish hospitality. Experience a living blend of medieval history and modern creativity, all in one unforgettable marketplace. Europe's markets remind us that culture isn't confined to galleries or monuments, and that travel can be more than consumption. Visiting these markets allows you to immerse yourself in everyday life abroad, taking home memories and meaning rather than mere souvenirs. So wherever you go next, step off the main street, follow the hum of conversation, and see what stories are waiting to be revealed. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who are looking for thematic European adventures. See you in the next Travel Top 10 video, where we'll explore other exciting European destinations.